In a shocking twist that will leave fans gasping, General Hospital is about to flip Port Charles on its head once again. Just when we thought we knew everything about Willow Tate's tragic past and complicated present, the soap drops an emotional bombshell. Willow is secretly married to Harrison Chase, and they have 3 children together. As this secret begins to unravel over the next few weeks, long-buried lies, suppressed feelings, and heartbreaks will bubble to the surface. Who knows about this secret family? Why did Willow hide them? And what happens when Michael, Brooklyn, and even Sunny find out? Buckle up for a creative, emotion-packed journey through heartbreak, betrayal, and surprising love. The week starts off innocent enough. Michael Corinthos plans a romantic surprise proposal at the Coeur d'Alene boathouse. He's ready to make Willow his wife, officially again. After everything they've been through, leukemia, Nina's betrayal, Wiley's custody, he's convinced it's finally their time. Willow, visibly shaken, tells Michael she has something to confess, but can't get the words out before he drops to one knee. The ring glistens in the moonlight. A hopeful smile spreads across his face. And then nothing. Willow breaks down in tears and flees. Michael is stunned. The next day, she doesn't return his calls. He tells Carly and Brooklyn that Willow is just nervous. But Brooklyn, ever perceptive, sees something different in Willow's eyes. Something more like fear. That same evening, Willow is seen at the edge of Port Charles Park, glancing around nervously. Out of the shadows steps Detective Harrison Chase. But this isn't a usual friendly run-in. He wraps her in a long, emotional embrace. She whispers, "It's happening." He proposed. Chase stiffens. "We said you'd tell him everything before it got to this point," he says. "I couldn't," she responds. "I couldn't destroy his life. Not yet." It's then that we hear a child's voice call out, "Mommy?" 3 kids appear, 2 boys and a girl, the oldest around 10 years old. They're Chase and Willow's children. Port Charles has never seen them. And now, we must ask, how could Willow have hidden this for so long? In a stunning flashback montage, we learn that Chase and Willow eloped 9 years ago, right after she escaped Dawn of Day. They moved to a small town in Maine where they tried to live a normal life under assumed names. Willow gave birth to Daniel, then Faith, and finally Liam. But when Liam fell critically ill 3 years ago and needed a specialist only found at GH, Willow returned to Port Charles under the guise of a nursing student, never telling anyone that her real name wasn't Tate. She and Chase mutually agreed to separate for the kids' safety, and so she could gain hospital access without drawing attention. But feelings got blurred. Then came Wiley. Then came leukemia. And suddenly, it was easier for Willow to pretend the past never existed. Brooklyn Coeur d'Alene, suspicious of Willow's erratic behavior, follows her one night. She's shocked when she sees Willow pick up 3 children from a small rented house near the edge of town. She watches in disbelief as Chase kisses Willow on the cheek and helps tuck the kids in. "Tell me I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing," Brooklyn mutters. She confronts Chase the next day at the PCPD. "You're married to Willow, and you have kids." Chase, ever the good man, doesn't deny it. "It was never supposed to be a lie," he says. "But she had to survive. We had to survive." Brooklyn is furious. "You let her play happy family with Michael while your actual kids are hidden away?" "I didn't let her do anything," Chase replies quietly. "We've both paid the price." But Brooklyn won't stay quiet, not when Michael is involved. Brooklyn tells Michael everything. At first, he accuses her of lying, of trying to sabotage his life again. But when he follows Willow and sees her at the house with Chase and the children, the truth breaks him. He watches from the car as Liam calls Chase Dad and hugs Willow goodnight. The next morning, Michael walks into the Coeur d'Alene kitchen, tosses the engagement ring onto the counter, and says to Willow, "I know. About Chase. About the kids. About everything." Willow's face drains of color. "I was going to tell you."
"When?"
"After we had our own kids? Or after Wiley found out his mother has a second family?" Michael's fury is devastating. He doesn't raise his voice, but his betrayal is palpable. He walks away without another word. Carly, never one to stay on the sidelines, corners Willow at GH. Michael is shattered. Do you have any idea what you've done? Willow, shaking, finally opens up. I never meant to lie. I was surviving. I had no one. Chase saved me. Our kids, they're everything. But I never stopped loving Michael, either. Carly's expression softens. She sees the torment in Willow's eyes. She also knows what it's like to juggle impossible choices. But she leaves Willow with one final warning. Whatever you do next, you better be honest. Because the Quartermaines don't forgive easily. And the truth always finds its way out. As word spreads, reactions are intense. Brooke Lynn feels betrayed, but understands Chase's sacrifice. She takes special interest in Little Faith, whose singing voice reminds her of her own childhood. Sasha supports Willow, empathizing with having to make impossible decisions while grieving a former life. Sunny warns Chase to stay away from Michael or suffer the consequences. He's still my son. I don't care who you married in secret. But it's Nina who sees this chaos as an opportunity. If Willow is married to Chase, she says to Ava, does that mean her marriage to Michael was never valid? And if that's true, what does that mean for Wiley's custody? And the YLQ voting shares. Ava arches an eyebrow. You're thinking like a Cassidy, Nina. I'm thinking like a mother. Amid the chaos, one person is deeply affected. Wiley. The boy hears whispers at school about Willow's other kids and starts asking questions. Do I have brothers and sisters? He asks Willow one night. Willow, tears in her eyes, says yes. And they're excited to meet you. Wiley meets Daniel, Faith, and Liam the next week. The scene is heart-wrenching. For children, siblings by blood, sharing cookies and laughter like they've known each other forever. But Wiley later asks Michael, if Mommy already had a family, does that mean she doesn't want me anymore? And Michael, holding back tears, replies, you are her heart, Wiley. Just like you are mine. Chase decides he can't live in the shadows anymore. He invites Willow and the kids to move in with him. No more secrets. No more hiding. Let's be a real family again. But Willow isn't ready. I love you. And I love our children. But I also loved Michael. I can't just forget what we had. Chase nods. I'm not asking you to forget. I'm asking you to remember what we had, too. As Willow stands between two lives, 2 loves, and 4 children, the weight of her choices crashes down. In classic General Hospital fashion, the week ends with a bang. Nina files an emergency petition for joint custody of Wiley, citing Willow's lies, secret marriage, and hidden children as proof she's an unfit parent. Sunny, Ava, and even Valentine get involved. The court scene is electric. Michael takes the stand, conflicted but still protective of Wiley. Chase testifies that Willow is a devoted mother, willing to sacrifice her happiness to protect her children. Willow, eyes filled with tears, says, I made mistakes. But everything I did was for love, for safety, for survival. Please don't punish my children for my fear. The judge is about to rule, but is interrupted by a new figure walking in. It's Harmony's twin sister, a woman long thought dead. And she has documents that change everything. Willow's first husband isn't who she thought he was, and her marriage to Chase may not be legal after all. A surprise paternity test on Liam sends shockwaves through the Chase family. Nina gets a surprise ally in her custody battle. Michael makes a bold move to win back Wiley, but it may cost him everything. Chase proposes, again, but will Willow say yes this time? Stay tuned. Because in Port Charles, the past never stays buried, and love is never simple.